Oh my God. Nobody told me that I was going to be running full speed through the grocery store just trying to get my whole body in the freezer section at some point in my life.
Ma'am, we need to ask you to stop molesting the frozen vegetables.
Oh my God. My picture's all hung up on the employee room wall, with the little warning sign.
Hey, they don't understand our hormones are out of control.
Hell, girl, half the time we don't understand it. How could we even expect them to?
Oh, perimenopause is a tricky little devil, that's for sure.
Hello, and welcome to Adulthood is a Project, the show where two sisters discuss the lessons learned and growth earned through the realities of life. I'm Charlie, and you all know my favorite co-host, whose birthday happens to be this week, Casey!
Thanks, sister.
Happy early birthday, sister.
Yeah. Gonna be 34. Is it exciting?
Yeah, something for sure. 34. There we have it.
So in today's episode, we're going to discuss perimenopause because at 34 I know all about it.
Yeah, that's what I for sure learned about it too.
We will also discuss the ins and outs of listening to our bodies through this process and how different it can look for each one of us. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Ooh, all right. Audience sounds excited to hear about this one today. Oh, man. I will say, I'm just going to throw it out there right now. Like, I am 44 this year. Well, I will be 45 this year. And I know it's crazy. It's insane. It is honest to God insane. There are days I'm like, who is an adult? And I'm like, it's me. I'm the adult. I shouldn't be. And my personal experience at this point is over the past approximately 5 months. No, probably 8. Things just started changing. And I was like, what is happening? And it honestly took me a minute to understand that, oh my goodness, I'm going through perimenopause. Oh, snap.
Well, no, wait a minute. You're telling me only the last 8 months?
No,
Okay.
I said in the past 8 months, I've started noticing it. I wish it only lasted 8 months. And honestly, should have done a little research, but I think it can last anywhere from 5 to 15 years.
Yeah, I've seen up to 10 years.
Yeah. No, I stated my age to have a reference point for people. Everyone's different, right? Everyone's age is different. Everybody's body is different.
Yes.
I'm just saying it wasn't up until recently that I even started feeling any of this. So it just took me as a shock. I've been loving my 40s and having so much fun and time in my life to all of a sudden going, the hell is happening right now?
That's funny. Well, I think what everybody talks about, because let's back this up a little bit. I feel like nobody talked to us about this. Right?
No, I 100% agree with you. I do not ever feel like in my 20s and even
30s
up until probably my late 30s, and I'm talking like late 39-ish, did anyone actually talk to me about this?
Right.
So I think possibly for me, maybe I hit 40 and a few people would, oh, you're about to hit that. I don't know. I was just like, what? Like, yeah, no one talked to me about it. I didn't understand.
Right. And what I thought, because nobody talked to us about it, was menopause happens. I didn't know anything about perimenopause. I knew about menopause.
Dude,
So when people would be talking
yeah,
about like flashes and this and that, I'm like, bring it on as long as my period's not coming every month. I don't care. I don't
I know.
care. They
Yes.
won't tell you
And
that you have to go through all this stuff and still have your period until actual menopause
no,
happens.
why don't we just say you're either not in menopause or you're in menopause? Why does there now have to be this? Not now, it's always been there. I agree with you. I just found out too that why is there a middle word in there?
Yeah.
Perimenopause. I thought the same thing, but I'm not in menopause. And I'm like, well, if I am, at least my period will stop, but it's
Right.
not. I get a few more of them sometimes for fun.
As I've researched it, menopause, they don't consider you're fully in menopause until you have not had a cycle in a whole year.
Yes, yes.
So up until then, you're
Up until then, you're all
perimenopause?
perimenopause.
Yeah,
And apparently, perimenopause is where the real fun
it
is at.
it does seem to be that way.
Yeah, it sure does.
So again,
It sure does.
like we said, we didn't know, and so it was a couple years ago. I had my first hot flash, okay, but I didn't know that's what was happening. I woke up for work, getting ready, and all of a sudden I was just like, oh my God, like I feel sick to my stomach. Oh my God, I'm so hot. I don't know what's happening. I laid down on the bed. My heart is beating fast. I think I'm gonna have to call in
Oh,
sick. This is wild. But I can't call in sick because I'm like 20 minutes from needing to leave the house.
oh, okay. What did you think? Stomach bug or something coming on?
Yes. I thought, okay, I must be getting ready to get sick, which I work with kids, so it's not uncommon to get something.
Right.
And I kind of hang out for a minute and I'm feeling better and I drink some water, cool down, go to work, and then I'm fine. I'm fine. And I happened to be in the break room that day. And I was talking to one of the girls at work, and I said, oh man, like, I don't know what's going on this morning. I thought I was getting sick. And I explained to her what happened, and she said, how old are you? I said, just turned 40. And she's like, yeah, so you probably having a hot flash? I was like, no, I just turned 40. She's like, yeah, so I think you had a hot flash. What? What is that what these are?
News flash. That's a hot flash.
Oh my gosh. And she wasn't lying. Like she's like, yeah, I had my first one. I'm like, huh. No, I thought the hot flash happened when menopause happened. And she's like, no. I was like, oh. Well, I don't like this at all.
I I will say there was a part of me. Two things. Okay, one, there was a part of me always confused as to why you would have to get hot flashes and stuff when you're done with your period. I'm like, well, how long do they last? And that's, you'd hear people be like, oh, 50s or 60s. And I quit getting them. Okay, so a few years in there that you don't have your period, but you get hot flash. Like, okay. Again, still not understanding that perimenopause.
Right.
And I will also say that you bring up a really, really good point, which maybe this is why people don't talk about it, but everyone has such different symptoms. I have yet to have a hot flash.
Oh, yeah.
Knock on wood, wherever I can find any right now. Oh my God, knock on wood. I don't want one. But the night sweats. Oh boy, those are super fun. And someone's like, are you sure it's not a hot flash? Yeah, I'm positive, man. I've been told what a hot flash feels like, and this is not it. I just get night sweats. Lucky me.
Yeah.
So, which I will say lucky me because I'd rather those over the hot flashes.
Well, right. And nobody had described a hot flash to me. I thought it was just, I'm going to get hot. And you know me, I'm such a cold natured person. I was like, I could get hot for a little bit. That's going to sound awesome.
I know. I keep my house at 82, man. I don't mind if I get a little warm. It's
Yeah,
okay.
nobody told me it was gonna be like profusely sweating, feeling sick to my stomach, and my heart just boop, 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 boop. No, oh my god, I think I'm gonna die right now.
Sounds
And you
miserable.
don't know when they're coming; they just show up, right? So I told you about that one time I was in the grocery store, desperately,
I didn't want to call you out, but I was like, oh, I wonder if she's going to tell that story because, yeah, that was a good one.
desperately seeking the freezer aisle. Oh my god, get me to the frozen section. I couldn't get there fast enough. And I'm like opening the freezer and I'm just like, oh god, come on.
That is immediately when and you told me that, and I've known I'm definitely not getting hot flashes. That is not a thing that happens for me. Thank God.
Or when I'm waiting tables and all of a sudden I just like get out in this hot, oh my god. Can you just
Oh, God
place your
bless.
effing order? Like, they're like, honey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, good. I'm good. Excuse the puddle dripping down my face right now. Totally fine.
I got you know what's crazy is like I don't by any means feel like I have an unrealistic version of who I am as a person or who you are or what we look like. I do believe that we look pretty damn good for our
Oh,
ages.
yeah.
So that most people would see and be like, oh my God, she must be really sick. And they wouldn't think, oh, she's having a hot flash. She looks like she could be of that age, possibly. Like, no. I might just be fooling us, but I don't think so. I don't feel like I look like someone that should be in menopause. Menopause.
Yeah.
And when you were saying no one talked to us about it, I probably the past maybe month-ish, I've been trying to really watch myself because since all these things started for me, I almost feel like I took it on a little bit as an identity. It's almost all I talk about. And I do it because I think of, like we were saying, every single person's going to have different stuff happen.
Mhm.
But as I'm opening up that conversation, and I'll be speaking with some older friends who have been through it, and I'll say stuff like, "Oh yeah, okay," and I'm like, "This is wild," and they're like, "Oh man, it only gets better from there," and I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? I can't take much more of it." And in having those conversations, I'm hearing their side of stuff, and I'm getting more information. But I also thought, how interesting, they're totally willing to talk to me, but at no time prior to me bringing up the conversation today. And so then everywhere I'm at, I'm bringing up the conversation. I'm like, freaking perimenopause, dude. Anyone else? Huh? Oh, good Lord. I just can't with this right now.
Yes. I do try to talk to, I have a stepdaughter who's in her 30s. And
Oh,
so I
yeah.
definitely tried to talk to her about it. And she told me one time, because I said, hey man, I know this might be too much information, but just so you know. She's like, that is not too much information. Honestly, thank you so much for even talking to me about it, because I know that it's out there, but nobody really talks to me about it. And I don't understand what might be happening. I'll keep you
Right.
informed as situation continues to progress. There's no telling.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. I didn't have a clue. Now I do. And I do the same where now I'm trying to talk to people. Now I'm trying to say my stuff out loud so they can understand this might happen. And because, mind you, there's a little side of me that had someone told me all this a few years ago, I'd be like, no, that sounds crazy. I don't think so. But now I'm going through, I'm going to go, you don't understand. It just starts happening. And when it starts, you don't know what is
Yeah.
happening.
Oh, yeah. Hell no, you don't.
So for myself too, I got to admit something that's, well, I'm going to say embarrassing, but not in the way you think it's going to turn out. Years ago in my mid-20s, someone had recommended this book to me. And I know, crazy. A book? Me?
Not for Charlie.
Yeah, doesn't sound right at all. And it was called Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. And it is by, and I do apologize if I butcher this name a bit, but Dr. Christian Northrup. And so this book, though, I'm telling you, it's thick. It is thick. So I skimmed through different stuff in it. And I really didn't read the menopause section at all, or perimenopause section. And probably if I go through all my books, I'd find it. I still have it somewhere. It's since been updated and whatnot. But in having that book, you would have thought at some point I would have kind of caught on to that. And I did not. So when it did all start happening, I'm thinking, why didn't no one talk to me? And I'm like, well, hey, dumbass, you had a book available to you this entire time that you never touched. So and that's my, and I say embarrassing because I will tell you, so far, this woman is my goddess when it comes to menopause and perimenopause and what I'm doing with my life right now.
Yeah.
Because she has so much information.
Yeah, you did give me her name, and I found her on the old Facebook.
Yeah. The Facebook. Yeah, so that book, and mind you, she goes through I do believe she's a gynecologist, but she did write that book, so she's a renowned author, and she likes to take this is me just paraphrasing what I feel like she does and why I like her. She takes like a holistic approach to stuff. So her answer to women that have come to her with problems over the years was never just straight up, oh, take this medicine, you'll be fine. Her answer was, what's going on there? Like, have you had some trauma recently? Have you had some stress recently in your life that maybe you haven't let go of, and that might be blocking this? Or like that stress could be causing your cramps to be worse, or the food you're eating, like just stuff like that. So I've liked her for and that's why I had read pieces in that book before is about stuff like that. So then again, fast forward to the point of all this starts happening for me, and I'm like, so I pull her stuff up, and I don't want to plug a product per se, but man, one of her products I started using I'm at 2 weeks now. So I was going to try to wait about a month-ish before I was fully on it, but she made an herbal supplement, and oh my God, it has been a lifesaver because some of my symptoms were getting like those night sweats and then the insomnia.
Oh yeah, insomnia will get you.
Do you throw those two together, and like, of course, you're going to become irritable because you're not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are like, oh, you're grumpy. Yeah, man, because I can't sleep. And then I think it just adds to this whole like, oh, women in perimenopause are always in a bad mood. We're not. We're just freaking tired, man.
So tired. I know. I'm tired.
So,
and I'm horny. Oh my God, I'm so horny all the time.
oh my,
like, woo.
Yeah. That one at first I was.
Sorry,
like,
kids.
Oh my God. That's, I think what started my whole thing is I was probably on month 2 of being like ridiculously horny. I was like, I cannot control myself. And then I started getting a few other like, man, I'm breaking out a little bit. That's weird. And then I feel like I'm freaking 15 and 16 again. I wasn't that horny at 15, but at 16. Okay, it was 17 for me, but nothing was.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I got pimples. I'm a little irritable. I'm horny as can be. I can't get enough. I'm like, God, am I aging? I think it's happened. I'm aging in reverse. I'm Benjamin Button.
You know,
Hot flash, I am not Benjamin Button. I'm going through perimenopause.
though, at least whenever we were going through puberty, somebody had set us down and we'd watch the stupid movie about it in, in hell class.
Why isn't there a thing at like a 38? Like every female's forced to watch
Like, hey, there's this video you should probably watch about your changing body. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I watched that. They're like, oh no, this is a new.
No.
This is the advanced. The advanced one.
Advanced. I was gonna be like, this is the adult version. Like, oh shit.
Your changing body 2.0. You're gonna need to get your parents' signature.
You know what? They probably don't have that because it's gonna scare everyone away.
Oh man. Like, oh.
I was
gonna happen?
and dude, that honestly, I think you're kind of knocking on a really great idea because every kid I know is forced to watch that video in school, and what was it, like 4th, 5th
Yeah.
grade? Like you said?
Yeah. I think we
Why
watched it
wouldn't they make every adult
in
woman?
5th and 6th grade. 'Cause in 5th grade we had to watch it, and then I remember watching it
Okay.
again in 6th grade. But in 6th grade, we also had to find out the boys were also gonna change,
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
and
That
the boys also had to watch a movie. Because in 5th
That
grade, the
girls
boys
are
didn't get to
gonna
watch a movie,
change.
only the girls did. The boys got to go outside and play kickball. I was so jealous.
Let's not even, right? And let's not even get started on why were we as females forced to know about our body changes and males' body changes, but they weren't forced to learn what was going to happen to our bodies.
I think maybe they did have to learn maybe in 6th grade. I
Like
don't know.
feminism.
Ooh,
or-
I'm gonna need one of those boys that went to the same school as us. When you were in 6th grade, did you guys have to find out about what us girls had to go through? Or no? Hit us
I
up.
swear they did. Hit us up. And oddly enough, I can still remember the diagram on the penis. And I just remember it didn't have like a head on it or anything. It was just like flaccid, and then it. And I remember thinking that'd be so cool if I had one of those.
I know, I wanted a penis so bad. I still do.
Yeah. Me too. Oh my God.
Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. So, I also, and I will say it is my fault for not being a little more prepared for our conversation today. I just watched a TED Talk about menopause and the way a woman's brain changes. And there were scans done, and 100% honesty. I don't even remember the dang TED Talk. There was something about it linking to something about the change, and it linking to a higher rate of Alzheimer's in women.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get brain fog, yeah?
But yeah, probably, yeah. I mean,
I definitely am
Yeah.
much more just, I feel almost disorganized, if that makes sense. Where I was like, what in God's name am I even doing? And then I'll have to be like, okay,
yeah.
okay. But,
Okay, before I forget this little piece of this, I gotta say it, and then I need to go back to your brain fog. In that TED Talk, they also mentioned that you can work on some of those things through your diet.
Mm.
And it was, I do believe, and it was one you did a while back, that Mediterranean, like eating Mediterranean.
Mhm.
That's supposed to be so
Yeah,
good for you.
it's full of
apparently.
omega-3 fatty acids. It's full of seafood.
Okay, so they were talking about your stuff. I wanted to go back though to that brain fog. is in such a weird aspect, and I'm sure you're seeing it too, is all like all the new symptoms that start happening seem like they're almost normal because you have something else going on.
Mhm.
So that brain fog, I'm like, no, I don't think I get that. I'm like, really? You Google so much shit sometimes, or I write. Anywhere you look, I got a list somewhere.
Mhm.
90% of them are on my phone, but I got a handful of them written at home on a piece of paper, another handful at work, sticky note here, sticky note there. And I was really chalking it up to I've just got a lot going on in my life, right? I got a job change going on, and okay, I guess that's really what I got going on. But that's a big one. Like, it's huge. And it makes me feel like discombobulated. And I'm starting to be like, I don't think that's your only problem right now, Charlie. I think that you might be getting some brain fog, dude.
Yes. I honestly, I will like, it's the worst at work. And my stinking dry erase markers. I never know because I'll be up at the board, and then I'll go to help a kid. And I'm like, where in the hell did I put my marker? And my students are always like, Miss Houston is right over there. I'm like, but that's right. I knew that.
Okay, I don't have quite that. Well, I probably do, and I don't even realize it. Let's be honest.
It's really frequent on my end. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Dude, I did. Just yesterday. I was doing laptops at work, and I'm like, where the hell's this other USB stick? I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking on the ground. Did it fall under the table? Oh, maybe I dropped it when I was putting these other laptops where I go look over there. It's not there. I'm like, where could I possibly have put that? I never even took it out of my own computer to take it to the back with me. I was like, oh shit. Well, there it is. Well, there she is. I got her. We're good.
Yeah.
Totally forgot it though. It's
Yeah.
and wine. Wine might be one of my new best friends.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because well, I mean, you just have some days, and I'm like, just a glass, and I got to be honest with you, it's Pinot Grigio, like old ladies tend to drink.
I feel like I told you about how I found out. So, of course, with all these hot flashes, I started looking like, okay, what is a way I can deal with these? Because they were out. I mean, it was insane. And so it all has to do with your liver, right? And so
Oh,
reading up, and it talked all about how you should drink tomato juice. And then it starts going in, and I'm like, that's why older ladies tend to drink Bloody Marys. Because alcohol, if you're drinking alcohol, is going to affect if you're having hot flashes more or not.
it affects the night sweats even more. That's for sure.
And so if you can counteract it with a little tomato juice, it's fine. And I'm like, huh, maybe that's why these older ladies love Bloody Marys. Makes sense.
Bloody Mary for breakfast, Pinot Grigio in the evenings, wine to wind down. I get it. A little something to take the edge off this. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that I think that when you, in choosing to approach it with a positive attitude, right, that can make the biggest difference. I am trying to just naturally go through this, right? Like that supplement I was talking about was just literally, it's just a supplement. It's not something I need a doctor to prescribe. I'm trying it out. I take like a probiotic pill. I try to take flaxseed daily. I think those are the main things I'm doing right now. There's a lot more I could be doing, that's for sure. Maybe tomato juice. Hello. So I'm trying to fix it with I wouldn't say like 100% my diet or supplements, but I just naturally want to try to go through it, right? Because I don't want to take hormone therapy replacement. I don't want to have to, I don't know. I think those are I don't even know what doctors do for it. Is that it? Hormone therapy replacement?
I don't know. I would guess.
Or progesterone, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to like. I mean, I would guess you just got to put on those hormone patches or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. And I want my body to naturally go through whatever process it wants to go through, right?
Yeah, I mean, because this is not it naturally started this process, so surely it can naturally end this process.
I agree.
Mm.
But I think too with you and I, our sense of humor, right? Because I'm just choosing to, for the most part, I can laugh about it. Now there are days that got too much. Like the the day I said I've got to get on this freaking I was just looking on the internet for what can I possibly be doing different, because I had hit a point with the insomnia and the night sweats were so much. I'm not even getting enough sleep to remember shit if I wanted to. And that's how I came across that other that supplement I was going to take. I think I do more try to laugh at it. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I am literally acting like a 16-year-old. Like, I find myself being a petulant teenager at times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a hard one.
I think for me, it's just, I'm thinking of that scene on Fried Green Tomatoes where she's telling her old lady friend, she's like, "Ugh, I just want to eat all the time and I'm tired and I just want to cry." And she's like, like shoving chocolate in her mouth. And the lady's like, "Honey, I think you're going through the change." And she's like, "Oh." She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "What you need to do?" And I don't remember what she tells her, but it's really funny. And uh, she's like, "Just get you some hormones. It's gonna be okay."
Which is Fried Green Tomatoes. Great movie, by the way. I haven't watched that one in a
Yeah.
long time. Great movie. And is that the scene when they're like in that parking lot and she's like losing her shit?
No.
It was after
Yeah,
that, huh?
yeah. Because
And I'm
she's trying, like, I'm like, girl, there are days I could definitely lose my crap and just like slam into a car over and over and
Yeah.
over and just like, I got better insurance.
Yes. When we're sitting here though going, no one talked to us. It was in movies. We just
We
missed
did
it.
because we were not. I mean, that was not going to be happening to us. I didn't know what the change was.
Yeah.
How old were we when
Good
the
point,
Fried
dude.
Green Tomatoes came out?
We were probably like 13 or
I was
14.
like,
I don't
oh,
even
she's
know.
just now getting her period? Amazing.
But it used to be seen as this is the end of my life. I'm not a youth anymore. Poor me. And now I think it's becoming more of a, oh, I'm just getting started.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I can't. It's weird because I'm like, I don't know that I could really fathom being sad that this is ending. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I have not been a big fan of my reproductive system. Okay, gave me 2 kids. Great.
Oh,
But I'm like,
yeah.
other than that, you're just annoying me every month. That's all you're doing. Pissing me off.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Pissing me off every month. So wrap this thing up and let's be done. I mean,
Right.
I don't give 2 shits.
But you're going to tell me it's going to take 10 years to wrap this up while my mood fluctuates around and I run around like a 17-year-old teenager on raging hormones, a insatiable sex drive, and a thirst for wine. Get out the way, world. Here comes Charlie and Casey.
Oh, man.
I don't know if those around us are going to survive our menopause, our perimenopause.
They'll be glad when it's finally full blown.
Yeah.
You could.
All right. So I would say our lesson learned and growth earned on this, if we choose to approach it the right way, we can help curb the bad symptoms and find a way to enjoy the change, all the crazy and upside down aspects of it.
In our next episode, we'll explore positive affirmations. You're going to get our hot take on it. Thanks for listening. Until next time, go out there and be your favorite self.
Absolutely. And if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss in a future episode, drop us a comment. And make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite listening platform to catch all our future episodes.